Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have another segment, but it's part of the health and wellness segment. It's called Pillow Talk, baby. Pillow Talk. So I have a friend of mine here, Leslie. Instagram will be at the bottom, YT, connect everything, guys. So guys, we're very comfortable. We're in a comfortable space. We're going to be very honest with you guys. If you guys have comments as well, there's a comment section, so hit us up there. If there's more that you guys want us to talk about, hit us in the comment section as well. So the first question I have for you, ma'am, because I think this definition is constantly changing as our world is changing. What is a woman?
A person
nowadays, what is a woman?
Who sees themselves and thinks, I'm a woman, is a woman.
Okay.
Because taking in consideration the whole rainbow community. So if you view yourself and you think, you know what, then
I guess you're a woman.
You're a woman.
Okay, so for me, from a traditional point of view, because I'm a conservative, I'm traditional, don't come at me. Don't you dare come at me. Alright, it's my opinion. For me, what it means to be a woman is, for me, I would start defining it from a biological point of view. You are able to, you have a womb, reproduce. Of course, there's the exceptions. And you have a vagina, breasts, you look like a woman, the typical woman overall. But I guess the definition is constantly changing nowadays where it fits trans people as well. So the definition is constantly changing. I think it's very confusing. Yeah, Google what is a woman? Because I feel like nowadays with the communities expanding, the definition expands as well. So guys, I'm very confused what a woman is. I think you said it best. You said it best, but what does Google say?
Google says a woman is a young female adult, well not young, but a female adult or female human being. So
Okay. I think let's narrow it down then. What does it mean to be a woman in South Africa? For you.
Someone who owns pepper spray.
And it's not funny, guys.
But someone who owns pepper spray.
Someone who owns pepper spray, nah? Someone who's constantly on the lookout, someone who's constantly in fear. Goodness gracious, yo.
Constantly having to make sure that nothing inappropriate is showing in your outfits.
Yeah.
So some predator doesn't come for you now.
Yo, guys. Yeah, being a woman in South Africa is very difficult now.
Especially for females who fall under the rainbow community. Because not only do they have to face the whole issue of them being targeted, but now there's also additional homophobia and also that they have to look out for.
Yo.
Because they could get attacked by even another woman for being openly in the rainbow community.
Yeah. But for me, the one that really touches my soul is the biological women, what they're going through now. I mean, we had a whole 19-year-old who was raped by 10 different men in one event, and it was absolutely crazy. So for me, being a woman in South Africa, I think you're filled with fear all the time. Like, we have to walk in groups, we have to be in groups, and even then you don't know who you're trusting, because some women pimp other women, guys. So it's very it's very difficult. Coming to a space where the roles in the household are changing. There's a whole feminist narrative, 50-50 narrative. Do you think, like, what are the roles now in a household? What does the woman do? Like, what does the woman do? What does the man do in the traditional structure of a household? What does the woman do? What does the man do?
In the traditional
50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 100-0.
In the traditional household, according to what we've learned growing up and all of that, the man has to provide for most of the things, right? But in the more modern one, if both parties are able to contribute, then both parties have to contribute. So it's easier for the man also to see he hasn't got all the burdens on his back, but the wife is also helping him.
I think it also depends on like the financial situations.
True.
Because your man might be earning, let's say, these are just random numbers, 100k, you're earning 50k. Obviously, you're going to be doing 50% less than he is able to do. You understand? So I feel like it also depends on the financial situations. Back then, women didn't work. Yeah. Back then, women didn't work. So it was on the man, provide. But then now, women are working. So it's like, but for you, like, let's make it personal. What role do you want to play in your household and your future household, and what role do you expect your man to play in your household for it to function properly? What do you want?
To be honest, man.
She want Gucci designer.
But yeah, like honestly speaking, I wouldn't mind not putting in anything. Like my salary must be mine. Then the nigga's salary must be ours. You know, I want to spoil myself with my money. You know, because I worked hard. I know it might sound like, yeah,
but that's your opinion.
I want to spoil myself with my money. The nigga's money is ours.
It's ours.
It's ours.
What?
Serious.
Okay.
Serious. Yeah. Serious.
Wow. Okay. So will you'll obviously be working.
I'll probably
But you will spoil him, like, here and there.
You know, just like random expensive gifts. Shame for the poor nigga.
I'm a poor nigga. I
Hey,
cannot. Okay, so for me now, what I want in my household is my man must be the provider. I will work as well, but my man must be the provider. He must pay for like the major things, like the house, the cars.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will buy furniture. I don't mind groceries, you know. But I want to feel, no man, my husband is providing. You know, it even gives him a certain honor, man. When he walks in the household, yeah, no, he's providing. Even the respect, man. Yazini, I wouldn't mind making you tea, washing your feet and whatnot. Just, you know, try your best to provide. I want to see guys. There's a man in this house. Yes. Ooh, my mom was gonna see this one. But then yeah, that's what I want in my household. Yeah, honestly.
So if the person does that, will that turn you into a cater to you, honey?
Yes. I think naturally so. If you're going to provide for me, I will cater to you. For me, the more traditional sense of, yeah, the man must provide, I will take care of the household, the kids, everything. Even though I'll be working as well, I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
So do you think in today's modern world, females still have the option to be a housewife?
I think so. I absolutely think so. There are men out there who are wealthy, who are able to take care of the household in general. So it even depends on the woman. How do you want to be a household? Because some women, they genuinely just love taking care of the household, and that's all they want to do in this life. I feel like it's possible today if the man is able to provide for the lifestyle that you want, then absolutely. I think it's absolutely possible. Yeah. Are there any like body insecurities that you have and like you absolutely want to change because you're trying to attain? Because we have social media, guys. We have access to social media. We see now the ideal body is the hourglass body, the big bunda, nyash, guys, nyash. And if you're like not naturally, you don't naturally have it, do you feel the pressure to like get money to get surgery and to attain that body?
No.
You don't? Why?
I used to. Okay. But now I've grown to like accept that I'm a petite person. Having a big butt would not vanilla me. You know, I'm a very small person. Now I turn around, there's a whole table there as it would be very confusing with how, dog, you're so small, what do you want that for? You know? And also like, dog, I'm starting to like accept the fact that God made me like this for a reason.
But how do you come to the point where you're like, you know what, this is who I am, I look like this, I'm not necessarily I don't have the Kim K body or the hourglass body. How do you come to accepting that and being okay with that?
It's not something that you can do overnight. Firstly, you have to tell you guys that it won't happen overnight. It's gonna take a long time because there's still other parts of me I'm still trying to accept.
Yes.
You know, but try find the positive parts of your body and start to embrace them more. You know, like for me, I love my stretch marks, even though they're not in a place where I can visibly show them off anymore. But I love them, and that's the one thing that's making me comfortable with. Okay, God didn't give me bumps, but at least He gave me stretch marks. You know?
Something.
So, you know, there's something there. And also because I grew up obsessed with wanting to gain weight, and I wasn't able to do that, you know. So, it's something you get tired of trying and you don't get the results you want. You know, getting to 50 kgs was a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
And I didn't even stay there for a month. So I was like, I got tired of having to try getting there. What about you? Do you have any body insecurities?
Honestly, I used to be a very petite child, like before coming to Rustenburg, because we moved from Lichtenberg and then we went to Rustenburg. Came to Rustenburg. Wow, at my grandmother's house, guys, we chowed. We ate food, we ate for days, we ate. And then I started gaining weight. So I was in grade 6. Now I'm gaining weight. Grade 7, gaining weight. Grade 8, I have stretch marks now. What in the world is this? As young as I am, like, what in the world is this? So I struggled immensely with that. Where I was like, I would be embarrassed to change, like, at camps, in the bathrooms, wherever. I would absolutely be embarrassed because I used to associate, I'd only see stretch marks on my aunt, my mom, so older people. So I saw that I had them and I was like, oh my goodness.
You should have met me in primary.
What are people going to think now that I have stretch marks?
Really?
You understand? Yeah. So fast forward, coming to uni, like you at some point you even forget you have stretch marks. I feel like if you focus on that one thing, it's gonna drive you mad. So I started working out, participating in sports. I'm a netball, young kid that I was there. So I started losing the weight and I started becoming comfortable in my body. I think the thing that made me happy was that I realized sort of the fit me is the ideal body for me. You understand? So the fitter I got, then I was like, no, I actually love my body and I felt good. You understand? So I didn't feel the pressure anymore to like, I'm happy with the body I'm in. I wouldn't want to change it. Even like having I don't know if you have dark inner thighs. Cellulite, dark inner thighs, dark knees, guys.
I was so excited when I saw the cellulites because it could mean I'm gaining weight. So I was so happy. I was so happy.
For me, it would have meant the opposite.
Really?
Like, oh my goodness, I'm gaining weight. Why?
You know, I made my dad get rid of his scale, not because I didn't want to step on it, but because I was becoming too obsessed with seeing the numbers increase. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, in today's world where we dressing according to our fashion Nova, baby, we're taking cuts and whatnot. Everything is it's more, how can I say this? It's less conservative. It's less conservative. What do you think of that fashion trend and this period that we're in? And how do you think it reflects on us as women? Or let's make it personal, how do you think it reflects on you as a woman? When you start wearing our fashion Nova with these cuts, with this, what are you exposing basically your body more?
I express myself with what I wear. And in summer, I don't like being fully dressed. So I don't mind it, you know, the cutouts and everything, you know. Even now, once my tummy's flat again, I'm going back to wearing crop tops. I don't care. The wind is outside. I'm wearing my crop tops. So it's nice to see it be more acceptable to dress how you as a female feel comfortable. If maybe your version of showing skin is just having an off-the-shoulder top, then you can wear that, start having to wear it with the lady from the corner is gonna look at me snacks because now it's seen everywhere.
Yes. For me, I think I have a limit in terms of that. Like I would wear something that's tight-fitting, you know, but I don't want to be walking, I bend over and then my bum is showing. That's where I draw the line, because I always strive to be an elegant woman. If you know me, you know me. If you go on my YT, I'm always watching how to be an elegant woman, how to carry yourself properly, blah blah blah. Because I'm very conservative, guys. So for me, I have a limit. I can wear. You've seen I have tight dresses. I'm wearing a short now. But I do have a limit. For me, I feel like it reflects on me as a woman in a very negative way. I'm just willing to just put my body out there and whatnot. Yes, express yourself, blah, blah,
but
blah.
also,
but in a very elegant way.
You can still be elegant while showing some skin.
Yeah, you can. It's just where I draw the line is when you bend over, or your nipples are showing.
Are out
yes, your nipples are showing and whatnot. So, well, speaking of that, Evie, what do you think of this whole expressing your sexuality narrative?
I think it's nice that it's becoming more acceptable for women, because men used to throw it in people's faces.
Okay.
And if it was a man, no one would go to who can I think of? No one would go to Lil Wayne and be like, "How, but why are you gonna write that song about whatever? Why are you gonna write problems? That song I got Drake." And there were women busy twerking there. No one's gonna ever go to Jake and ask him, "Why are you writing this?" No. Yeah. So I think it's nice to see it become more acceptable for women to, express themselves. Yeah. But I don't really like with Megan's songs, because I'm a fan of Megan. I don't listen to those songs that much. Okay. I like the ones where she's hyping herself up, where she's basically speaking about her confidence and her goals and how she's like definitely yes. Yeah. Flo Milli, most of her songs are speaking about her and how much of a beautiful female she is and how she's definitely going to get to her goal. For
me, I think where I draw the line is sometimes it can get too explicit. Yes. Certain things I feel like you can do them in your own private space, say them on your own. Again, conservative. In your own private space and whatnot. So when certain things are made public like that, there's children watching. For me, come on, guys. Honestly, children don't need to be exposed to things like that.
When I was exposed to all this twerking and stuff.
When? That's interesting.
When my oldest siblings were teenagers. So I was probably in grade 5, 6 when my sister and my brother in grade 11 and 12. So obviously the main thing they watched was Boomer MTV Bass and all of this. Dude, I knew 2 Chainz parts on Bees in a Trap.
Girl. As a child. I mean, you're just there. You don't even know what you're saying.
You don't know what you're saying. You see people, I was exposed to twerking at that age. So obviously, as a child, what do you want to do? You're going to want to try copying what they were doing. But yeah, I was exposed to these things at a very young age. And as an auntie, as a mamngani now, I don't want my nephews seeing these things. I don't want my niece seeing these things now. Now, next thing, I'm going to be seeing a 4-year-old busy there. Yeah. So they have to censor some things.
Some things for the children.
Because children love these people. Now you can have your younger brother and younger sister exposed to, sorry for using this reference, but can be exposed to WAP and all of that. No.
Okay, so speaking of that, when did you get the birds and the bees conversation, and who exposed you to those things?
My dad.
Okay.
And it was because of a Lauryn Hill song. I've told you this story before.
Really?
I was playing That Thing by Lauryn Hill. It was during my grade 10, 11 obsession with Lauryn Hill. So he paused the song. He was like, he loves the song because it's telling young girls to watch out because boys only want that thing. Exactly. And my dad made me actually say, and at that time I was still awkward about speaking about sex with my parents. So my dad gave me that whole chat about how I must watch out because boys only want one thing and they're going to dump me after they get that thing. And he was on some typical.
How old are you?
I was probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as my dad and I have always been close, it was still awkward to get that chat. Because, now, how out of nowhere, now he's pausing the music. I can't even, change the song. Because when he stopped talking about it, that song was still playing. Yeah. I didn't want to hear that song for, I think, a month. Because I always thought about my dad told me. He was using himself as a teenager for reference. He was once my age, and him and his friends would plan and all of that. So he was telling me to be vaker instead of, just... speaking to boys and everything.
For me, the first birds and the bees that I got was at school. Remember, grade 6, they would call us all into a room and be like, hey, this is what goes on, blah, blah, blah. But then, for my parents, I think I got it pretty late. Wow, my parents are very awkward. I got it pretty late, but it was always in it. It was always innate. It was always in me, Hori. You don't mess with boys. It was always there. You don't mess with boys. But the official one that I got, think it was already too late. This guy's my folks. Imagine I'm a chick, your parents are calling you into the room now. They're like, so if there is anything coming out of you and it's you don't know what to do, you can communicate with us. We have pads. And I'm like, I've been having periods in the menstrual cycle for how long now? For how long? And I'm like, hi, so thank God for school. Because it was a bit awkward.
I had one earlier. Yeah, also at school. Yeah, in primary. And also in my period, because I was in a hurry for my period to start. My best friend got her period in grade 6, so I didn't want to be left out. I was like, why am I left behind? My mom told me, don't rush, you are going to regret
Oh my goodness, you are.
And I regretted it, because that was also the year my period pain started, so I had the chats early because my period started early. So yeah, but that made me comfortable with asking him for like things like painkillers and pads and all of that. So I got that talk like when I was in grade 7, 6. Then the whole one about boys, grade 10, 11. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think with our African parents, most African parents, it's very awkward to talk about sex in general. It's like, what is sex?
Gasp.
What is that? What is that? So it's a very, and I feel like it creates a loophole for us to be learning from not even that, like harsh things like porn, to be learning from friends, because at that age we're very curious. So if you have friends who are very curious as well to the max, they will tell you, oh no, I saw something on my phone. So now imagine you're being exposed, your first encounter with the topic of sex is based on porn. Last question, are you a feminist?
I have my days, but
how so?
I'll say yes.
Okay, let's break it down. What is a feminist? Like, what is feminism?
A feminist is someone who strives for equality in basically all areas of the world, basically, I think.
Of genders, basically.
Yeah, they want both men and women to be paid equally at work. They want men and women to be treated the same at work. They want women to not be, what's the word?
Ostracized, basically.
Yeah, they don't want women to be ostracized.
Undermined.
They want women to be viewed as people with the ability to do just as much as men, you know, to the best of their ability.
Okay, so you would say you are a feminist?
Yeah, because I believe that sometimes, depending on the day, there's some moments where there's places where females need help of males to excel. You know, there's sometimes I know very well as a short person, I can't go to spa and think I'm in a shop without having to get help from someone to reach the top shelf. No, I'd be going crazy. Sometimes
no, but that's even
it's just a dumb example. But, you know, sometimes you need help to reach the hypothetical top shelf.
Okay. For me, what I believe feminism, so if I trace back to the history of feminism was a movement that was started to with the goal of thingy, what's this? 50-50 within the workspace. Let's say you're lifting brick A and I'm also lifting the brick A, basically. Same size, we must get paid the same. It's only right, honestly. It mustn't even be based on gender. We're doing the same job, we must get paid the same, honestly. So with that narrative, I agree with it now. But then when I started to realize, I might not be a modern feminist, is because it is so radical these days. Like today, it went shifting from the workspace now to being put in the household, and it's like, no, not really. Like, we're not the same in the household. It can't be 50-50. As much as we'll try, it cannot be 50-50 in a household. Maybe you guys will have a different opinion, put it in the comment section. But for me, honestly, when it gets placed in the household, that's when I disagree and I subtract myself from the whole feminist narrative. But based on the workplace and logic says yes, I'm a feminist in those terms. But in the household, I don't get it.
You can't bring it inside.
Even my future husband knows, no 50-50 here, sir. No 50-50. So I disagree with the radical feminism, but yeah. the initial feminism movement. I'm for it. Absolutely.
Because as a creative, also there were moments where females weren't allowed to express their creativity. You know, but in like the Renaissance times, men were the main artists. And moving forward, some of the most important, or not important, but some of my favorite artworks were done by women.
Okay.
You know, even people like Frida Kahlo, she got into art to like express her feminist side. You know? Yeah. So in other aspects, I'm definitely for feminism, but as she said, in the household.
I think we're pushing it there a little too far. But either way, thank you, sis, for joining me. For the segment Pillow Talk, there is absolutely going to be more talks, guys. More talks. If you want us to talk about a certain topic, please drop it in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, do the most on this video, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.